Hi, welcome. This is a review on the UNIWIGS Melanie Hair Topper. This is brought to you when the hair topper is actually being customized. I am not doing a straight out of the box review here. I am basically wanting to have a sort of a little chat about securing hair toppers when you're working with very little bio hair. Obviously, there's different degrees of hair loss, and mine is I do have coverage of natural hair over my head, and I will show you in a little while. However, my hair is very, very thin and frail. And when I say thin, I mean really thin. As much as I absolutely love toppers, I still have to think on my feet when it comes to securing them sometimes. So basically, this is just about sort of how I would do that. So currently, I'm wearing my Melanie UNIWIGS hair topper. Now, please bear in mind that this beg your pardon, this topper has been customized. I have personally customized it from the color to a slight thinning with scissors, a little chop here and there, and I have also added a little bit of density with one or two tape-in hair extensions at the back. So this unit is certainly not straight out of the box. This has been customized by myself. I'm by no means a hairdresser. I did hairdressing years and years and years ago, and cannot claim at all to be any kind of colorist or stylist. However, through many years of desperation, I've taught myself how to color and cut my units. So this is through sort of trial and error that I've got to this point. So what I would advise in that case is if you need to customize your unit, there's two options. You can either contact UNIWIGS directly and speak to their lovely customer service team, and they will be able to advise you on customization of a unit. And they could do it for you, or you could basically buy your unit as the standard color that it comes in, which there's an array of colors to choose from, and then take it to your stylist at your local salon. Obviously, if you're in England like I am, we've just gone back into lockdown for a month, so that might not be possible. However, when that's all done and said, a stylist can help you customize your unit. Okay, so this Melanie topper, I'll give you the specs of it. The base is 8.5 by 9 inches, so it's a really nice circumference of space on the base. One of the reasons why I purchased this unit was because it had a large base, and you'll see what I mean when I take it off. That I need that coverage. I have a couple of units from UNIWIGS, one of them being the Claire topper, which I absolutely love. It's a great topper for styling with, and I've done a couple of videos based on what I do to style it and secure it. But what I do with my Claire topper is I tend to have wefts at the back or even maybe a couple of taping hair extensions at the back of my hair, just to bridge the gap between the two lengths. Now with this Melanie topper, because the base is so big, there's more hair on it, and it has much better coverage for the crown and the back of the head. So as you can see at the front here, it's lovely and full, but when I turn around and pop the hair behind me, I'll just show you this. There isn't a gap. You can't really see my hair underneath. And when I part it at the back, I'm not getting my hair coming through at the back here. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I paid a little bit more and ordered a larger base, because I had more coverage basically, and that meant that I didn't have to wear extra wefts or put tape-ins in the back of my hair. I could just pop my topper on and off I go. Okay, so I ordered the 20 inches. This is slightly longer than 20 inches because these ends are due to the tape-in extensions that I've added to the back, which I will show you. But I ordered it in the colour 1822, which is wooden blonde, and it kind of come a sort of kind of a, how can I describe it? It was sort of a darkish blonde, kind of a mixture of creams and sandy colours, and it had a sort of an 18 running through it. So it was a very nice colour, but my natural hair colour is a little bit more ashy. So I obviously wanted to sort of match it up as much as possible. So I did some extra colour in there. It is human Remy hair. So it is, you know, you can use heat on it, you can use straighteners and curling irons and crimpers. So it's very versatile. I tend to use a heat spray when I'm doing these things, just to try and protect the hair so it lasts longer. It has a mono top for this realistic parting look, and it has wefted back. So with the parting, as you can see here, I've actually integrated my natural hair at the front here, because this is one of the things I struggle with, is trying to match the parting up. I'm not one for glue and those kind of products where you glue it down to your head. So I do struggle with trying to match the parting up. So one of my little tips is to simply, if you have natural bio hair at the front, you can just literally take a flick of hair out and incorporate it into the unit, and therefore you don't have to worry about matching up this part, which again I'll show you when I take it off and then put it back on. So the parting's really quite good. It does sort of look skin-like, if I'm honest. I tend to, if I feel the parting's a bit too big, I tend to just shade in with some eyeshadow or something and just make it a little bit thinner. Because I have such thin hair, it's more obvious if I put a topper on that's got a large parting. So yeah, I'm not very good at working with parting, so I've had to find other ways to disguise that I'm wearing a topper. Okay, it has clips inside, and I'll show you those too. They're the fork clips, or they have nice long prongs on them. For my hair, I find that they're the best clips. They hold onto the hair a little bit better. So yeah, basically what I'd like to talk about mostly is the security of a hair topper. Now, when it's on my head and clipped on, it feels relatively secure. So I can, you know, yeah, it's not going anywhere. I can give it a tug and it feels nice and secure. And that's a great thing about the quality of the base and the clips that UNIWIGS provide with their toppers. However, if I'm out for a windy day out and it's a windy day, or I'm at my daughter's football match and it's really blustery, I want to ensure that little bit of extra security. And these can be done with really simple techniques. So as I've said, I've pulled some of my bio hair out the front, and I've kind of pulled a little bit of the topper hair across too. One of the most simplest ways to further secure this is to take that hair, make sure you've got some of your bio hair and the topper hair, and give it a little twist. And then I can feel that feels more secure already. I just simply take a grip and just slide that in, just trying to ensure that I don't catch the clip on the base. So I could feel it just there underneath my fingers. So I'm just going a little bit lower than that and just applying that there. And there we are. So it's still looking like my natural hair because I'm pulling from my own hairline, so therefore it doesn't, you know, like a wig can sometimes, or I've not got to contend with gluing it down to my forehead, but I still have my natural hair here, so it's looking pretty natural, and it's nice and secure, and it's just a simple, very simple, pretty little style. I can also do the same with the other side. So again, I'm just gripping some of my natural bio hair and the topper hair, giving it a twist, pull it back slightly, take another grip, and then find a place to pin it where it feels secure and pin it in there. So there we are. Nice and easy, really simple. And say for instance you're wearing your topper out and about, so you want to wear it for work, or you know, just going shopping or something simple like that. This is one of the things I love about toppers, is the practicality of them. And you want the hair out of your face. This is a nice simple way to do so. You can also get creative and do a couple of more twists and pull them back, pin them in. You know, you've got lots and lots of options there to work with. And then you've got a couple of twists coming to the back there, which is really nice. So again, if you're off for a walk on the beach, for example, with your dogs, you know, it's going to be really windy, then you can take, again, that same amount of hair from here, just ensuring that you've got some bio hair there. It doesn't have to be pulled too tightly. It works quite well if you're just plaiting it in slightly. So this time I'm taking the hair and I'm plaiting it into the unit itself. So the first bit of hair I've taken has come from my bio hair with the topper hair. As you can see, I'm starting to make my way back, just keeping an eye on that clip, making sure that it's not visible. And then I'm just taking tiny little strands from the actual topper itself, just making sure not to tug too tightly, because obviously we want to try and protect what natural hair we do have. And I'm just plaiting it into the hair, and I'll get so far along the side of my head, and then I'm just going to braid it downwards. So again, these are nice simple techniques to just secure the unit that little bit further, because most of us want to wear our toppers down. I've done a video or two on the Claire topper and how I do up styles with it, because I like to be able to do that too. But if we're just wearing the hair down but we still want that extra bit of security, these are great ways of doing that. So there we are, just a little plait there. I've still got my bio hair at the front here, giving me that hairline. If the wind blows, it's just extra security. And again, I can do the same on the other side, or to weigh the hair down even further, just take the plait straight downwards. I've even been known to put a bead or two in the end of the plait to further help weigh it down. And these are just really nice, pretty styles that we can get away with disguising our hair topper. So just taking the braid down to the end, and all you need in this case is a couple of loom bands, little elastics, or if you like, you can put ribbons in it, or beads, like I say. You know, you can sort of jazz your hair up a little bit. So just taking a loom band, popping that in, and there, voila. So nice and simple, nice and natural. One of my main aims when I'm working with toppers is to make it look as natural as possible, and I'm sure that's the case for most people that are working with hair loss. It's trying to get the topper to look as close to your natural bio hair as possible. And if you're anything like me, dyeing your natural hair is not really an option because it's so frail, and putting colours and bleach and all that kind of thing on your hair is not really a good idea. But also just I don't want to be obvious with my topper. I want it to be as natural looking as possible. So just these little tips help us further secure the hair but still make it look very natural. So with tying back the Melanie topper, now with the Claire topper, because it's a smaller base and there's less hair to work with, I found the Claire topper so easy to manipulate into updos. The Melanie topper 2 is also a topper that can be styled back. However, if I'm really honest, because there's a bigger base, when I take the hair and draw it back, I do feel a tiny bit more pull on the front than I would with the Claire topper. Maybe that's because it's a larger base, maybe because that's I'm working with more of the hair, but it's still possible to pull it back into a low pony. So there we are, nice and easy. If you're out shopping and it's getting on your nerves a bit around your shoulders, you can just pull it back into a ponytail, or you can take it to one side, take all the hair and twist. Just make a nice simple little twist. Just be careful not to pull on the top of the unit too much, because you don't want it pulling back on that front hair. And just popping a little tie in there. There we are, nice and simple, easy peasy, nice and quick. And I've still got this little bit of disguise at the front there. It still looks natural. For those of you that maybe like a little bit hanging out, you can pull a strand or two out of the front or the back, make it look very, very natural. Really, really easy. I'm a yoga teacher, and often, you know, teaching yoga with a hair topper on is not a problem for me, because I've taught myself how to tie it up, how to get it out of my way but still to secure it. So little styles like this are really handy for when you're being more physical and wearing your topper, or you want it to be practical. Again, styles like pigtails, just nice loose pigtails work. You know, another great thing about Melanie topper, which is a must for me, I don't know why, I'm kind of obsessed with it, but tucking the hair behind my ear. That makes me feel like it's a lot more natural, and that it looks a lot more natural. My daughter has very long natural hair, beautiful hair, and it's something she does regularly without realizing, is tucking her hair behind her ears. And I think if you have that option with a topper, it helps it feel and look a lot more natural. I've worn many a wig over the years, and that's one thing I really struggle with wigs. In comparison, the topper is a lot more natural looking. And with this topper, because of the large base and the density of hair, which I believe is about 130, but it's about the coverage of the hair really that matters here. I feel like I've got coverage like I would with a wig. My bio hair at the back here, I'll show you, it's sticking out there. That little bit of hair there, that's my bio hair. So if I'm pulling the hair around my shoulders, I don't want that bio hair to stick out the back and be obvious. So I simply just manipulate it and just pull it into the hair so that it's disguised. So I can still, from the back, have that look of natural hair, but it's not really obviously sticking out the back. Okay, I mean, that for me might be because my hair's so thin. If you've got quite thick hair at the back there, even if it's shorter, you might struggle with that a bit more because your hair might stick out the back. So in that case, I would advise a couple of things. Either really try and straighten your hair and blend it in with the natural hair, perhaps even maybe pin it with a grip so it's out of the way, or pop in a weft or two just to cover that so you don't have that wedge of hair from your natural to the length of the topper. All right, so I'm going to take it off for you, show you what I'm working with, and show you what I'm talking about when it comes to the security of this unit. So be very mindful when you're pulling the hair topper off that you do it gently and easily. Okay. What a difference. All right, so this is my natural hair. Lovely, isn't it? Okay, so it's very, very frail. Like I said, I have coverage. There is hair loss, you know, in patches coming at the top in my parting, along my hairline. You can see I'm losing here, but it's about the density of hair for me. There is nothing there. Literally, I'm pulling it out, and that's what I'm working with. Now, I washed my natural hair last night, and it's extremely fluffy and light. So you know, this natural hair is creating a base for the clips to grip onto, and sometimes it can be a bit slidey, particularly when it's washed and clean. So it's about sort of knowing how to secure it better. So my first piece of advice would be have one of these, yeah, a backcombing brush. So this allows you to fluff up the hair a little bit, so it's got a bit more security when the clip goes in. So this is the part of the hair that I had pulled out that was blending with the topper. So what I do is I just go behind that area there and just tease the hair a little bit. I mean, it looks absolutely ridiculous. And I kind of have a good estimate of the circumference of the unit. So I'm just going around the edges and just gently teasing the areas that I know the clips are going to sit on. All the way around the head, just giving it a little tease. And there we are. Hey, look at that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh my god, there's no way I'd leave the house looking like this. All right, so I've got this bit of hair spare out the front. I know that I want to blend that. This is the hair that I'm going to try and attach the clips to, and then obviously I want to flatten it down a little bit but still keep that security there. Now obviously we're always trying to take care of our natural bio hair underneath the unit, so when I take it off I'll give my hair a good brush through and get the kind of the fluffiness out of it, but for the time being I want to try and secure it better. So this is the inside of the cap. So obviously this colour on the mono that you see is due to where I have coloured it. That doesn't affect the top of the unit in any way. It looks, in the camera, I'm just noticing it looks a lot darker on the top than it actually is. That's due down to resolution, I'm sure. But this is more of an ashy colour than it looks there. It looks quite black, which it's not. So here we have the mono top and then the wefted back. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clips. And they're placed really well around the unit to secure it down. The mono top allows this more natural looking parting. So there we are with my finger underneath it. It's a bit more of a natural looking parting. All right, so what I do is I spin the topper behind my head. I'm getting the first clip in place, which is the middle clip. So the Melanie topper has a middle clip at the front. Some people don't like that. I think it works really well if you're disguising the parting. I then draw that clip to where I've backcombed my hair, press it in and clip it down. Now the topper is going to feel quite heavy initially, so I need to get these other 2 clips in. So I'm just placing them down. First clip, hold, second clip and hold. Okay, lovely. So you'll be able to feel your way around and finding the other clips now. This one, clip and hold. One, got 2 at the back, clip and hold. So I'm just holding the topper as I'm pulling the base just slightly to give it that bit of stretch as I move around the head and clip them all in. Now already I can feel that, particularly the side ones here where I don't have much hair, the back and side, I can feel that it's still a bit loose. I'm just going back in, just finding a bit more hair to grip in and then securing that. That's much better. I can feel it's actually attached now. And the other side. And the same there. All right, lovely. So we're back to long, lovely hair. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is if you could just take a quick look here where the actual parting is of the topper. Sorry, I'm working with the camera, so you have to bear with me. So there we are. Can you see the topper there? Now I've set mine back a little bit so I can work with my bio hair. So as you can see, for me, that's too obvious because my bio hair at the front is so thin. So although from a distance, I might be able to match up that part from the topper and my natural part, I could use concealer and all the tricks that we've got there. And obviously because I'm not a colorist, so I can't get that exactly the same color as that at times. It all depends on how well the coloring goes. There's a kind of a difference. I can see that difference. So to help avoid that, I take a little bit of my bower hair, little bit of the topper hair, and I integrate it and flick it over. Because it's a mono top, the hair will move around on the top for you. I've got my natural silver fox streak there. And just securing the clip again. It all just takes practice, a little bit of time of manipulation. And there we are. I've covered up that gap there that I was struggling with. It's done with. Now, if I feel that that looks a little bit odd too, all I would do is just take little strands from each side and cross them over. So I've still got a gap if need be, but it's not as obvious. That works too. And if you really haven't got the time to be manipulating the part, one of my favourite things to do is to just simply take a little bit of the hair topper hair, my front bio hair, give it a bit of a tease, making sure I'm pulling what hair I want from the front. And this is another great style to keep the fringe out of your way, but also to extra secure the unit. Give it a little twirl, bump it up a bit, grab a grip. Careful as you place a grip in the top that you don't rip the mono top. Maybe 1 or 2 grips just to secure it down to your desire. Lovely. Done. And I've just got a little bump at the front, and because I've got my natural hair from the front there, it looks a lot more natural because it's coming from my head. So this is the Melanie UNIWIGS Topper Human Remy Hair, 20 inches long, and it's a great topper. I use this one for going out. So if I'm going out for a meal or I want my hair to be down and looking nice, then I tend to use this topper. So I keep it on a mannequin head, nice and safe, for when I want to have fabulous hair. And the great thing is, using heat, I can curl it up. I can make it really big and curly, and it feels nice and secure on my head if I'm out and about. So yeah, there we are. I will leave the link below to the UNIWIGS website, where you can go and view and browse over all their available toppers. I would like to say that over the years, dealing with my hair loss, I've worked with many companies. I say worked with, sorry, I beg your pardon. I've purchased from many companies wigs, toppers, extensions, all kinds of hair systems, and I have yet to find a better company than UNIWIGS. Being in the UK, I have to order from America, but it's worth the wait. They really have nailed the topper industry. They know what they're doing. They're very, very good quality. I have no issues with their toppers whatsoever. I might have a little job on hand to customize the units when I receive them. However, the only reason I haven't personally got in touch with UNIWIGS to customize my units for me is because I'm ordering from America. So what I mean by that is they could go to all the trouble of customizing it for me, and then it takes a week or two to get to me. When it gets to me, if the customization is off, if it's not right, which I'm sure they do their best to get it right, but these things happen, then there's all the hassle of me trying to potentially send that back, or it might well be in their policy that they don't take customized units back. So I don't like to take that risk. So I would rather order a color that is as similar as possible. And if you're working with blonde colors, I would advise ordering the 613 color, and that's quite a sort of a across the board kind of a yellowy blonde through the hair world. That's a much easier colour to work with if you're working with blondes, and then your stylist, or if you're a colourist yourself, you should be able to work from there with that blonde, toning it and adding root colours to it, etc. So yeah, that's it. So I hope this has been helpful. Don't hesitate to send me any questions if you have them. I'm just an ordinary girl trying to work with a extraordinary hair issue, in the sense that I hardly have any, and there's so many of us girls out there that are like this. And you know, when I was in my younger years, I would, you know, fill my head full of hair extensions, and that didn't help whatsoever. It was you know, I kind of made the situation worse. But since finding UNIWIGS hair toppers, I can get on with my life. I'm not consumed by my hair loss, which I was for a very long time. And most importantly, it gives me confidence, and it's comfortable and lightweight. I've worn many a wig that I've spent all day itching the back of my head, or it hurting the back of my ears, or it weighing my head down, or I can't just all of a sudden just pull it back and it be out of my way. This is revolutionary. These toppers are a fantastic way to help you manage your hair loss. So I hope it's been helpful. Take care, and thank you for watching.